The world's biggest tournament is coming, and the official FIFA World Cup 26 Try-Under competition ball is here at the Goal 90 shop. Designed for the game's biggest stage, it's built for precision, speed and control. Right now, you can make it yours with 30% off plus free shipping. Don't just watch the World Cup, own a piece of it. Visit goal90.shop today and order now. Jean-Phillipe Mateta is one of the hottest strikers in the Premier League, and he has been for a couple years now. In the last 2 seasons, he finished in the top 10 in the Premier League Golden Boot race, and after his hat-trick against Bournemouth on Saturday, he entered the top 3 for this season. He has been consistent with finding the back of the net for Crystal Palace through the years, so everyone naturally expected that he'd make a big move in the summer, but that didn't happen. Heck, it didn't even look like any big club was interested in him. Why was that? We'll find out in this video today. This is why nobody signed Jean-Phillipe Mateta this summer. You see, Mateta was one of the players everyone expected to move in the summer, or at least be heavily pursued. With a few Premier League top teams needing strikers, many fans thought that most of them would value the experience and efficiency of Mateta and go for him. The talk all around the footballing community was that Palace would be ripped apart with the likes of Eze, Wharton, Guehi and Mateta all expected to leave. But when the window opened, everything seemed to change. Eze eventually left, Guehi very nearly did, Wharton was highly sought after, but Mateta seemed undisturbed through it all. Proven goalscorer in the Premier League, and nobody was really trying to sign him? Why? Mind you, he's currently on £50,000 per week at Palace, so wages would certainly not have been a problem. This was an ideal target for big clubs, especially ones within the league, but they chose to ignore him. Why? Well, the first and most obvious reason is age. Mateta is 28 years old, and that alone makes him quite undesirable for a lot of top clubs. The market has really changed, you know. Gone are the days when clubs used to buy strikers in their prime. These days, the biggest clubs want to go for the youngest strikers so they can have them for many years to come. I mean, even Arsenal's signing of Victor Gyökeres, who's a year younger than Mateta, was met with some skepticism from fans and parts of the media because of his age, despite the crazy numbers he had put up in the last couple seasons. The simple truth is that age will always be a massive factor. Clubs probably looked at a 28-year-old Mateta and felt that they'd get only about 2 good years from him before he begins to decline. Big clubs these days seem to be more interested in making project signings, that is, players upon whom they can build a project, and that typically takes 5 years or more. And it probably didn't help that there were a lot of younger centre-forward options available in the market in the summer. Liam Delap is 22, Benjamin Šeško is 22, Hugo Ekitike is 23, Nick Woltemade is 23, João Pedro is 24, Victor Osimhen is 26, Alexander Isak is 26, and all these strikers made permanent moves this summer. Essentially, there were too many younger options, so the big clubs naturally gravitated towards them first, for reasons we've just explained. Now, the next reason is perhaps even more important, but before we talk about that, if you aren't yet subscribed to the channel, go do that right away, so you never miss out on our amazing content. Done? Okay, now back to Mateta. We think there's a possibility he didn't really want to leave Crystal Palace at all this summer, and that could have been the main reason the big clubs didn't bother. Things have been going really well for him at Crystal Palace in the last few years. He was named Palace Player of the Season in 2024, won his first trophy as a professional footballer in 2025, got into national team conversations, which eventually led to his first call-up this season, qualified to play in a European competition, and he has been consistently scoring and breaking personal records. It's a really good time to be a Crystal Palace player, so we can certainly understand why he wouldn't want to leave the club, especially if the main option was to join Manchester United, for example. For sure, United are a much bigger club than Palace, but the Eagles are certainly in a much better place than the Red Devils, so he probably wanted to see how far he could go with the team. So yes, his age may have deterred the big clubs, but if the truth is that if he really wanted to leave and he took drastic measures to that effect, he surely would have got his move. Isak, Gyökeres and Wissa all desperately wanted to leave their clubs this summer, and they made it known through the drastic measures they took. They got into fights with their club owners and management, swore never to play for the clubs again, and even made public statements insisting that they wanted out. If Mateta took this route, he certainly would have gotten a move, but he didn't, and that's very likely because he's very comfortable at Crystal Palace. Another big reason nobody signed Mateta this season is because of reputation. Let's face it, a lot of times, football is about marketing, reputation, and, in layman terms, aura. Mateta is good and has proven that he can score goals in the Premier League, but he just does not have that superstar reputation. And this is not us disrespecting him or anything, we're just talking about what the perception seems like from the footballing community. If you asked United fans to pick between Šeško and Mateta at the beginning of the season, most would have chosen Šeško. And not because of numbers or anything, but just because Šeško somehow feels like a superstar signing. He sort of has that aura about him, and Mateta is not even the only victim of this. Liverpool going ahead to sign Isak even after Ekitike had shown that he could lead the attack very well was down to this factor. Isak has the superstar reputation and aura which Ekitike just doesn't have yet, which was why Liverpool insisted on signing him as well. If Liverpool had signed Isak first, they almost certainly would not have gone on to sign Ekitike too. It's the football business, you can't always explain it, but it is what it is. Finally, there's a possibility that these top clubs felt that signing Mateta was a risk. Liverpool and United inquired at the beginning of the window, and they were informed that the Frenchman would cost about 60 million euros. Perhaps they thought that that was too much money to risk on a 28-year-old, one who was only going to be used as a backup, especially in Liverpool's case. It's also possible that they think he's doing well because of Palace's system, and if he got taken out of it, he'd be exposed. And then, to be fair, when you're signing a player at that age, it has to be a sure one, as you won't have time to let them adjust. You can give a 22-year-old a season to get used to the new environment and new tactics, because 1 year later, he'll still be young. But with a 28-year-old, there's just no time for that. Anyway, whatever reason these top clubs refused to sign Jean-Phillipe Mateta this summer, you have to say it's their loss, because he looks like he has gotten even better this season. He scored Crystal Palace's first ever goal in European football in the club's entire history, scored against Liverpool to help Palace win the Community Shield, and has continued to score in the Premier League. He is certainly a top striker, and we're sure Palace fans are happy he's still theirs. They'll also be hoping he remains theirs beyond next summer. How many goals do you think he'll score for Palace this season? How far do you think he'll go in the battle for the Premier League Golden Boot this season? Top 10? Top 5? Top 3? Do you think he'll be able to fire Palace to yet another trophy this season? Perhaps the Conference League or the EFL Cup? Get in the comments and talk to us. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Also turn on the bell notification so you never miss out on new content. Catch you in the next one. Bye!
Do you want to make money with affiliate marketing? Join the Goal 90 Shop affiliate program and start earning today. Get your unique affiliate link and exclusive discount coupon to share with your audience. Every sale made through your link earns you a 10% commission. No limits, just real earnings. Don't miss out. Turn your influence into income now.